When we talk about the law of attraction, a question that comes up from time to time is, isn't this just a selfish philosophy? Aren't you just focused on doing what feels good to you and getting what you want? And the way I answer this question is yes. It's very much about doing what feels good to you as much of the time as humanly possible, and about getting what you want and feeling good about that. People have this idea that it's somehow selfish to go after what you want and to get what you want and to feel good. And I'm here to say no, it's not selfish at all, because the fact is, it doesn't help anybody in the world for you not to do well. If you don't succeed in the world, that doesn't help anybody else. It doesn't help your family, your friends. In fact, it hurts people around you. If you're like I was years ago when I had very little money, I wasn't succeeding in the world, and not only did that not help the world, it actually hurt the world because I had to rely on other people to help me out, with money, financially, emotionally, and otherwise, because I didn't have an abundance in my life at that time. So the best thing that you can do for yourself and for society and the world in general is to succeed and prosper and get what you want and be happy, because the world is not benefited in any possible way by having another miserable person out there. It just doesn't work that way. Miserable people influence the people around them in a negative way. Happy, successful people who have abundance in their life influence the world around them in a very positive way. So going after what you want and attempting to feel good within yourself as much as you possibly can is really not a selfish thing. You can view it that way, but it helps you and it helps everyone else around you. I mentioned my own situation. I used to have a very bad financial situation, and now I'm quite well off. These days, I pay much more taxes than I ever paid before. Those taxes pave the roads outside my home. They contribute to social programs that help people. I'm doing more good in the world because I have done things that made me feel good, made me happy, you see. I also have more money to give to charity, to help other people who are needy. I didn't have that money before. In fact, I was in such bad shape, people had to give money to me. So, in fact, by not prospering, by not doing what felt good to me and taking good care of myself and attracting all the best things to me, I actually made the world a worse place. I didn't help the world. I wasn't contributing to it. Most of us, especially in the Western world, come from a society where we're supposed to somehow feel guilty about success, or about having money, or about being, having a great relationship, having the things we want, the material things or otherwise. And we're supposed to somehow feel guilty because of this, because some other people don't. It doesn't help anyone else. There are poor people in the world, but it doesn't help them for you to be poor too. As a matter of fact, it just makes their situation worse, because now there's one more poor person for them to compete with for jobs and resources. The more you succeed, the more you can help everyone around you. So this idea of guilt, it's just an old, outdated Victorian notion that you're not supposed to do well, you're not supposed to feel good about yourself, and you're not supposed to have everything you want in your life. And that in itself is a paradigm. Think about it. Who says you're not supposed to have everything you want? There is a paradigm in the world that says you can't get everything you want. And if you begin challenging that belief, as absurd as it may sound, just begin by challenging it. Say, why? Why can't you have everything you want? Where is it written in stone? Where is that a rule? It's not a rule. It's made up. It's smoke and mirrors. That's not reality. Reality is what you make of it. And I can't overemphasize that enough. You are co-creating the world you live in, along with everyone else. And you are creating your own life, your own world. And as you focus on what you want, and as you get in that good feeling place of it and attract good things to you, you're creating everything in your world, and it has a positive influence on everyone around you. So there's no place for guilt or any of this nonsense about prospering and being successful or using the law of attraction. If you have some of those old paradigms, and I had some of them and other people do, it's very common, you may have to work at it a while. You may have to continue to tell yourself the truth over and over. And the truth is that you benefit the world you live in by filling yourself up, by living an abundant life, by having good things, by having money, by having the best of everything. It helps you and it helps everyone for you to be happy and successful. Now, a third question that comes up from time to time is this. If everyone just goes after what they want, aren't we going to run out of things? Isn't the universe going to run out of stuff? Isn't there a limited supply? And if everyone rushes out there and uses the law of attraction, isn't it just going to run out? The storehouse will be empty. The universe doesn't work that way. To begin with, not everybody wants the same thing. And secondly, you're dealing with an infinite supply. You're dealing with the universe. It's infinite. Okay? So we tend to put things in human terms that we can understand easily. And that's where this idea of lack and limitation comes from. So if you're ever thinking, well, they're going to run out of good properties, or they're going to run out of good opportunities or good jobs or whatever, then you're thinking lack. And you never want to do that, of course, as we've talked about, because when you're thinking about lack, you're attracting to you lack. That's what you're getting back from the universe. And there is no lack. That's the truth. There's enough of everything, more than enough of everything you could ever want and anyone else could ever want to go around. Now, I know when you first think about that idea, you may go, I don't know about that, because we've been taught the opposite all our life. We have been taught that there is lack, that there's limitation, there's not enough money, there's not enough time, there's not enough good people, there's not enough you name it, right? And basically, it's all lies. The sooner you see that, the sooner, the further along you're going to be in attracting to you what you want and living the life of your dreams, the life you want, okay? Because there is no lack, there is no limitation. Again, it's smoke and mirrors. It's just a false paradigm. There's enough of everything to go around.